Complimenting tattoos acceptable. So recently I was out and about with some friends and saw a person with some tattoos. Seeing them I said, "Hey, cool tattoos." The person smiled and said thanks, carrying on. After the person walked past I was scolded by a friend stating, "You don't do that unless you're asking who their tattoo guy is." I genuinely like tattoos but not sure if I can get them and have never heard this before. Am I in the wrong for complimenting people on their tattoos while walking past them? I've never heard anything like that. Your friend doesn't know what they are talking about. It's totally fine. Just don't turn into one of those people that goes on and on about wanting to get a sleeve but not being sure what they want and all that shit. Complimenting is fine. Touching is not. Grabbing and rotating a limb so you can see better is unacceptable. Most people know this. Some of the ladies who have complimented my wife did not. You can compliment random people's tattoos without requesting the name of the artist your friend is. Weird. It was cool of you to compliment their tats. Your friend is mistaken. Nah. Your friend's full of shit. Even if they weren't. That's not how you correct people. Especially if they're your friend. Why would I get a tattoo in a visible place if I didn't want people to see it? Some can be personal. Might be a day you comment on the wrong tat. But hey, I think your tattoo is neat is harmless. Totally fine to compliment, however. In some cases you may want to avoid asking the meaning behind them unless you're ready for a conversation, which at times could be uncomfortable if that person is willing to share. Just an FYI. I like it when people compliment my tattoos. Especially people without ink themselves. What I don't like are detailed lines of questioning from strangers about the meaning of each piece. I compliment tattoos all the time, lol. I don't think it's a problem. No, please say nice things. Unless saying hey, nice hair or I like your hat is suddenly a faux pas. I don't think it's a problem. Have tattoos. Your friend is wrong. No. It's fine. Tattoos on exposed skin are fair game. If they didn't welcome occasional comments, they'd have put it on a location you can't easily see. It makes my day when it happens. I get compliments on mine all the time and most people don't ask where I got them. Doesn't bother me. Totally acceptable. Let's put it this way, if your friend had a tattoo it would be across his head saying shithead cause. He's full of it. There is no harm in complimenting someone. Your friend is an idiot. Complimenting is fine. Asking who the artist is fine. Asking meaning or asking to see more of it are not fine. I love getting compliments on mine. And give compliments when it doesn't sound creepy, as I either first am hyper aware that it might sound like flirting. So I avoid that as much as possible. I get compliments on my tattoo all the time. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Sometimes people will ask to see the whole piece when they can only see part of it. Totally fine too. It's on my arm and sometimes sleeves cover the entire thing. Your friend is an idiot. There is a difference between complimenting someone's tattoo and tat-calling them. And sometimes people can confuse the two or unintentionally use a tone that could be considered flirtatious when it isn't. Your friend is weird. How is it weird, rude to admire the artwork someone has paid money to have drawn on their bodies? I have tattoos and if you tell me that they're cool and nothing else I'll be happy because I do too. Like my tattoos. I'm a woman with full sleeves on both arms and I get comments every time I leave the house. I always appreciate the compliments, but never really want to engage in conversation and usually just say thank you and move along. I don't think badly of the people who approach me, but I also wouldn't be upset if people stopped commenting on them. The only way you'd really be in the wrong is if you start telling them about tattoos you want are planning. No one wants to hear that. I have never had anyone react badly to a simple comment of nice ink. I don't have any tattoos. If I see one I like or a certain theme, like plants or flowers, I always politely let the owner know I like it. Never had a negative response. Grin. Your mate is a twat. For you that get tattoos that say something, please don't get ticked if the old man is behind you trying to read what's on your shoulder. He's just a curious old goat. I have a lot of tattoos and I've never heard of this. When people tell me they like the tats, I say thanks and move on. I have many tattoos, and I would never be offended by someone saying they liked them. WTF is your friend talking about? I love it when people compliment my tats and vice versa. I always see people smile whenever I gush about their tattoos. I'm very non-tattooed and live in Utah. I'd feel like a big douche if I asked who their artist was because it would sound phony. I tell someone when their tattoos are beautiful and leave it there. We're in the most white bread place in the world. The truth needs to be said out loud here. That tattoos are respectable, dignified and beautiful, especially from people who don't have any. If I have a tattoo somewhere visible, it's because I want to show off my interests and may even be happy having a conversation about it sometimes. A compliment on one probably makes their day. I've had several people compliment my tattoo recently and not ask about my guy. If they did, I'd gladly share. But hey, they're admiring a piece of work and it makes me proud it's mine. Compliment away. I know a lot of people, my partner included, who are super into tattoos and that whole community, etc. And they always love it when they get compliments. It never heard of anything like what your friend attempted to convey to you as unacceptable. Speaking as a guy with quite a few. Your friend is just talking shite and trying to appear that they have some sort of superior knowledge. They don't. I'm a very heavily tattooed person and I do not mind when someone says hey cool tattoos. I smile and say thanks, and that's that. It's only weird when people get creepy about it, as long as you don't stare for too long. Look the person up and down. Or say something obvious but not complimentary like you have a lot of tattoos. It's like saying you have short hair. Lol, not creepy per se. Just unnecessary. Your friend is clueless. I never mind when someone compliments my tattoos. No one I know with tattoos has ever been bothered by someone complimenting their tattoos. That's such a weird take for your friend to have. Honestly, if I'm out in public and someone compliments my tattoos and it feels genuine, it kinda makes my day. So I don't see an issue with it personally. Your friend is a moron. As someone with tattoos, it makes my day when someone says they like my tattoos. WTF are they talking about? Unless they think you were hitting on them and your friends know you have a partner. I don't see the problem. TBH. Never hold in a compliment. Your friend is weird. No, your friend is an idiot. Tattoo guy. I've got 5 pieces from 4 different artists. I don't have a guy.